So I received the question here. Is suffering necessary for personal growth of the soul? The fact that this person has mentioned soul obviously indicates that this person understands or subscribes to the idea that we have a material body, we are a spirit being within that body, and we go from life to life, growing, maturing, moving towards some level of perfection. That is what I infer from the fact that this person is using the word soul. Is suffering necessary for personal growth of the soul? The answer is both, as is often with such questions. Yes and no, or it depends. There are 4 classes, if you will, of living entity. The first, at least in terms of personal growth, the growth of that individual soul. The first is the one who learns simply by hearing or reading an instruction, and learning, imbibing, internalizing, and then living that instruction and growing accordingly. The second category of person, or living entity, I'll say, does not learn by hearing or reading. He learns by seeing others going through a particular situation or that particular experience, and then learning by watching perhaps the suffering or satisfaction of another. And they learn by watching, by seeing it, and in that way experiencing it secondhand, not firsthand, secondhand. So that's the second class person or living entity. The third class living entity does not learn by hearing or reading, does not learn by seeing secondhand experience, but requires firsthand experience. And that is the question we have today. They have to experience the suffering. And in the experience of that suffering, they learn, they internalize, and they grow accordingly. Then there's the fourth category of living entity. This is the animal species. It is not so much by hearing, reading, even experiencing after a number of times. They learn the growth of that living entity in an animal body. They grow simply by living out their existence in that body. In other words, the body itself, whatever the experiences may be in that body, good or bad, the body itself, the material body they're encased in itself, is the learning experience. So they don't have to intentionally pick up a book and try to learn. They don't have to intentionally have to watch others, animals, go through an experience. And of course, they'll have their own experiences, and they will learn, when the bell rings, food comes. Can be learned that much. But in terms of the growth of the soul, that'll happen, or it does happen automatically in the non-human species. That's what the Puranas in Vedic thought describe. I hope that helped, and I shall see you